What is going on, my good people? This is your main man Ben here, and today, guys, we are going to talk about how are you going to start a podcast, specifically a video podcast like this, using the current devices that you got. So basically, podcasting is more like a video reviews that we've been doing, except that we talk casually. We don't have to be more formal or be more definitive on specifications and all that stuff. Basically, we just talk, you and me. So what I found out is that you don't need to have a very, very expensive things. You'll be surprised. Basic stuff that you own, you can already start a podcast. Let me start with this one, okay? Catching up my breath. It's early morning here in Baltimore. A little bit cold. It's been raining yesterday, but we got a break through the day. It's gonna be the sunlight and all that stuff, man. But shout out to people that stayed home. We still got that coronavirus stuff happening right now, but straight up approach here, guys. So a couple of methods. We're gonna break these down in a couple of sessions perhaps. But method one for starting a podcast is that you got to use your own camera, obviously, because it's a video podcast. So with regards to that, you can use any camera if you wish. Use a current mirrorless DSLR or maybe your phone. You can do that with your phone. But then again, I advise that you own the device. Familiarize yourself with it, because you're going to be dealing with settings and all that stuff, and you don't want to break somebody else's camera. So it's probably owned or wise to own your own camera. And these days right now, there's a lot more cheap stuff right there. I'll post a link in here with the G7. You can use that virtually, and you got a solid setup with that one. And you can stream, post video, 4K files, and all that stuff. And it's amazing. But it's a must that you own your own camera. Perhaps maybe just cell phone. Cell phone would do. I mean, the 11 Pro Max right now is a very, very highly capable device of producing 4K, maybe 6K videos. I really don't own one. My brothers-in-law and my brother own one, but I'm good with my XS Max. But even that one, you can use them and get some good quality in it. Yeah. Now, second, since it's a video podcast, it's important for you to have that quality audio and video. So with that being said, if you're already good with the video side, you got to concentrate especially with the audio side. So to be able to maximize your camera, like what we got right now, you got to have a proper audio interface or preamps or DVR converted to that one, because you want to get the maximum quality for audio. So you can, shall I say, it's very, very sensitive, and you can probably enhance and have your listeners listen more properly and more pleasing to their ears, because we're sharing and we're talking. So it's important to get that audio interface. When I say audio interface, on cameras like this, you can go get if I can remove this thing real quick, man. Right here. This is what we use right now. This is the Saramonic PAX 1. So this is directly hooked up to our camera. This thing takes like a 3.5 millimeter in like an extension in here, cable plugged into our camera. What does this thing do? I will explain that in a little bit. But at the same time, I can monitor if I talk right now by this headphones jack. It's an out in here. It's lossless, so it's live. There's no delay. And you can hear it directly in your headphones. So it's easy to set this thing up. It's all basically plug and play, and this XLR input. You can also use a 3.5 millimeter. So 3.5 is like the ones in your phone. So that's the port. It's a little one with like 3 lines and a dot, like 3 lines in there, like a circle line. So this is how you use it. Oh, I don't want to spill that one. Let's put that back. So I have a DIY a little bit. I mount it into my table. That way it's stable, somewhat stable. But that's how we set it up. You get an interface. Now, there's a lot of options in the market today, and you'd be surprised if you can get it for $100, maybe $80. So I got this last year, and it's been a workhorse on my setup in this little space that we got. So this Saramonic right here, that the description and the reviews that I got, I'm gonna post a link if you're interested, and it will probably cost you $120. It's all metal, solid metal, and that's just one of the methods that we use for creating this thing. I must say it evolved versus if you want to invest on a bigger setup soon, then that's going to be up to you. But if you're testing the waters, this is not that expensive, but it is also useful for video production. So you might want to check that out. But this is just first, once again, this is the method one that we're going to talk about. So that would be one of them. So if you Google that or go to Amazon, then you got to type mirrorless camera audio interface. That would be the one. So that would be the second point that we want, is get an audio interface. Very critical. It will bring up the quality of your content. So third one is going to be the microphone. So currently right now I've been using my Audio Technica shotgun microphone. So this microphone is specialized using, how am I explaining this? Okay, let's put it this way. Microphone have their own specialized sets of skills. Not all microphone are the same. So what you see in like regular live bands and all that stuff, that's a dynamic microphone. So that dynamic microphone, each microphone has their own polar pattern. What is a polar pattern? It's like an attitude where they picked up sound in here. Like, for example, if I talk to a shotgun microphone, the polar pattern in this one is, I don't know if it's gradient, but it's beaming towards here. So this is the main signal that it picks up the sound. But if you talk in the side right here, it's going to reject a little bit. So if you can see, if I talk in here, it's better. But if I talk in the side, then it's kind of not, rejection in the side and the back as well. So same as goes in this side. It's weird, man, if I go this but you get the point. This is a shotgun microphone that enhances or picked up sounds better than regular mics. So this itself is for video production. Like what I said, dynamic microphones for live bands. That's also focused on the top. It has depending on the model, of course, and it has great side rejections, and it's almost have like a built-in foam pads and all that stuff that rejects plosives and all. It's better. It's better than this one if you're using live. I don't know if this thing can reach all the way back here. I don't know if you see this. This is for the streaming that I use, condenser mic. This is a big diaphragm mic. It's good for singers, rapping, and all that stuff, voiceovers, if you may. But it's very sensitive. These days, condenser mics are not that expensive anymore. If you can get it sometimes for like $8-10. Toner was one of the brands, the generic brands that I've seen before. And that is going to be a must for you. Picked up the mic that you want. There's really no rules in it. Depends on your budget, on your intensity. When I say intensity, the level that you're into your podcasting gig. So that's important. If you want, there's a standard grade SMB, the Shure SMB. You see those Joe Rogan microphone in his podcast. Those are standard for radio stations as well. Those are top of the line, man. If you want that would be the top of the line. And there's no more upgrading in the future, but it costs a little bit, man. It's like, no, not a little bit. It costs a lot. So it's like $350 or $400. But that is a standard grade in the industry, which is very nice though. It's very nice, but if you're ready on that one, then you just buy one time and go about it. But make sure you know how to enhance it, because it's kind of big microphone, and it might not get enough power supply, even though you run in your interface is what we called a phantom power. You might need a cloud lift on that one, but we don't have that set up, so we're not going to tackle that one. That's going to be the guys that have that sure. Moving on. Last but not the least. Oh, by the way, this mic is the Audio Technica AT75R. I have a review in it. If you like this mic, then I can show you the link. Maybe I just put that in the description. And I just, use whatever I have, including the mic stand. It's important to also, guys, mic stand. A couple of things. I have a stand. If you do a podcast gig, you can put it in a stand. Make sure you have enough room for that one. You can also get this one. It's on stage mic stand, table stand. It's very, very essential for you to have this, because you can adjust the height, and you can properly place your mic accordingly on its polar pattern. So do it right in the first time. That way, when you do podcasts, it's not going to be, oops, I missed one, and you don't want to re-record everything again just because you went, cheap in it. Well, nothing wrong with being cheap, but then again, you might want to do it right ahead of time. This can cost you around like $15. Yep. The microphone that I had, this is a refurbished one, but I had like 3 years warranty in it, accidental drop and all that stuff before my Amazon Prime expired. I bought this one. So this is the Audio Technica. I use this for production. It will cost you around $170 brand new. Yep. But I paid a little bit more less than that because I had the refurbished. It's really your preference, but that's the price point for this one. Let's put this back real quick. And last but not the least, on this method one that we got is the headphones. Headphones is a must, especially when you want to monitor yourself. If you are talking too loud, it's not going to be pleasing in your end product, in your computer, in your audience. They don't want to be like you peaking up. When I say peaking up, spiking, signals are spiking and causes high tones, and it hurts your ears basically. And you don't want that. If I am going to watch a review or listen to a podcast and somebody's yelling and is peaking, and it's kind of not pleasing, and it makes you unprofessional, and you're going to shy away on that one, because you know what? It's very loud. It's very unpleasing. There's a lot of preferential for each person if you want that, idea. You get the point. But headphones is there for monitoring the quality or the voice that you got or the output that you're giving. So headphones is a must. There's a lot of cheap headphones right now. It's preference. What type of headphones you got? I prefer the one that covers your entire ear, because sound isolation, and it compresses the sound. It doesn't pollute anything outside of your ear, so it covers your entire ear. That way you get the entire quality of the sound itself. So it's a cover. It covers your entire ear, so over the ear cup, because there's top ear cup, and then there's just regular that sits on top of your ear, but that tends to be warm up your ears real quick. Excuse me. Let me get my coffee here. So this is just the method one. There is one more method that I use just because I already own the devices, but I don't own the DVR. Special mention. There's a Rode Procaster Podcaster. There's a big table in there. It's an amazing device, but that will cost you a lot. But this is the method one that I just like to share. If you own a camera, if you own a cell phone, if you own headphones, if you have maybe the thing that you want to invest is a little bit more, maybe you own it, and I think you're ready to go. And why am I sharing this? Because this generation is special. I'm going to say it's special because we are not entitled to just listen to one, person or one network. There's a lot more things that we can share to other people. I mean, you can share stuff. Why podcast? You can share stuff to people, normal people that has their own, once again, experiences, and we can talk about it. And we're not supposed to be, just looking up in one person, We can voice out our opinions and all that. And this is the generation that is so open, and information travels fast, and we can share each other's experiences. It's a beautiful thing. And you know what? We can talk about it. But this is our method 1 for today, guys. Appreciate you watching. Method 2, we're going to update that later on. But for now, this is good to go. This is your main man, Ben, here. Always remember, God is good all the time. Oh, don't forget, if you haven't hit like or subscribe yet, click that now. You have a great day. Peace out.